Hey, this is the the intro. I can't believe that this has been going on for 5 years. I cannot. I hate the haircut. I hate the view. Yeah. So it's been going on for 5 episodes. Cheers to that. Startup ramen. Anyway, so something I would like to share is I guess my whole view on laziness. Until now, I have been essentially viewing laziness one way, and now I look at it differently, another way, or in other words, other way. Not this way, but this way. Sponsored by Startup Ramen. Send me, send me more, please. I'm just joking. I do not condone such behavior. Anyway, about laziness. So for a long time, I have been seeing myself, and my self-image was of that of lazy person. Surprisingly enough, when I shared it with other people, they've disagreed with me because at one point I went from being someone who was truly lazy and was avoiding everything to doing stuff. For example, this month I have read 7 books, 5 of those in German, and I am surprised by myself because I read the second book. I read the Chamber of Secrets. I read the Chamber. I read both the Chamber of Secrets and Prisoner of Azkaban in German, which just these 2 books have 800 pages total, and my German is not that advanced. I'm actually, oh my god, fleas are flying around here. Uh, my German is not that advanced, but I have been doing it to furthermore improve it, and surprisingly enough, it works. At least for me, it worked for me to both improve my reading speed, which was unexpected bonus, let's say, and improvement and development, while also improving my total immersion in German because it takes some time. I was able to read 50 pages a day, and essentially both books took a week to read. And I also currently possess the, where is it? The Phoenix something, no, Foil Care. There are things that I don't. When I think right now, I have the urge to say it in German first, which is a good sign. It's a great sign of being immersed. Well, I didn't want to talk about language learning, and yet let's go back to discipline and laziness. Anyway, so when many people talk about, they just don't understand themselves. I My new view of it is such that laziness is avoiding of something that's highly energetically demanding, or that costs a lot to do. So, for example, you don't want to run a marathon right now or study right now because to you it's expensive, it's too demanding energetically. What does it mean? It means that your energy level is too low and that you're afraid of doing the task. So, what I started doing is something that I started doing more exercising. I started doing more qigong because in qigong, like tai chi, is all about your chi. It's hard to explain it to someone who doesn't know it, right? But the point is, even through infrared, it's not martial art. Some people like to talk about it as if it's martial art, but it's not. It's healing and blood circulation manipulation, you could say so, derived from martial arts. And you use these techniques to heal yourself, because essentially, funny thing, like if you know how your body works, your urine comes from your blood, your kidneys take the dirt from and debris from your blood, which goes into urine, or which is your urine, I think, because without the dirt it would just be water. And is that urine? Anyway, so and that said, Qigong is a good thing because I do it mostly for my kidneys, because it kidneys are both related. Well, you may not see the connection between what I'm talking and laziness and Qigong and language learning, because you're looking at it superficially, not through the principles what I'm sharing. And my point is that I think both fear and your emotions do play a huge part in your decision making, by the way. More on that about in the book Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss. Yes, I have it behind my camera, which is just my phone. In the book, the ex-FBI negotiator shares that there are people who there are lots of traumas to the brain, and depending on the trauma, there are different people. So, for example, there are aphasiacs, people who have lost the ability to speak, and they have some sort of chunk patterns which they share. For example, they are really good at observing and understanding body language, and for that reason, they often laugh at things that people just don't understand, and then the people don't understand why they were laughing at Nixon a lot, hysterically. No, I think aphasiacs actually. Well, there are two kinds of aphasiacs. One cannot understand speech. Other cannot speak. Doesn't matter. Well, I'm confused a bit. Anyway, there are also people who cannot feel, process, and process emotions. They have their own name. I don't know what their name is of the category, but they have problems with decision making. Decision making for them is really hard because most of our decisions are based on our gut feeling, on our emotions, and we just get the answer, right? So if I were to ask you, which one of these books would you like to read, you would most likely choose, let's say, one of them. And if I were to ask you why, even if you were to give it the most sophisticated answer, if we would boil it down, it would go back to just because I like this one more, because I prefer this color, because this one's smaller, and we would boil it down to better emotions, more positive emotions. Essentially, yes, that's what happens most of the time. And anyway, this is how it works. Either you see it or not, either you agree with it or not. And if you disagree, then please give me a sophisticated counter argument / antithesis, or you can just call me an asshole. And if you do, I won't get mad because it means you've watched the video until now. And this all boils down to laziness, because being lazy is also the habit and of certain kind of decision making, and those decisions are like habits made on something, right? Well, yeah. So if you're lazy, you're just tired, and you're tired because you're locked in and lost in the positive cycle of your life. The positive cycle of your life being you do things that get you exhausted, but you also feel comfortable doing them, and you're so exhausted that the only thing you could start doing is that thing which gets you exhausted. For example, with alcohol. Heads up to start a ramen. I do not condone such behavior. Anyway, with alcohol, people who are alcoholics, says the guy who drinks alone in his apartment. Alcoholics, they are lost in a positive loop. They drink, they feel good, and they feel bad, and then the only cure is more alcohol, or so they think. And so they keep repeating the cycle because to them that's the only solution. Same thing goes with cigarettes, movies, phone, even phone. Yes, you have been there. I have been there. There are days if you wake up, you turn on your phone immediately, start watching YouTube or whatever. You end up in a positive cycle where you're so used to living in this bubble of I keep getting German words into my head like niedrig. I'm not thinking in German. Fuck off, not now. It's like you were locked in this bubble of very little demanding, high dopaminic reward activity, which is just scrolling, right? And so anything in comparison to that is just too hard to do, and you're too lazy to do anything else, which discourages you from doing anything but that. And what happens is you essentially do it until you fall asleep and reset. Which is a funny way to think about sleeping, right? It's like you reset. Funny thing is, your kidneys, which we mentioned before, work a lot, especially when you sleep. So, I wonder, imagine watching this, I wonder what people would think about this, with like who have like IQ of 85. How would they feel about this video? I'm genuinely curious about that. I would like to, the YouTube reaction videos. I would like to get a reaction video of my video of like a group of people who have IQ of 85. Or like people of different IQs, because I like to self-reflect and I like to hear opinions from them. And often when you hear stupid people talk about stuff, or they mostly project, they will call you an idiot and they will talk to you as if you were the idiot, and you will feel as if you're retarded, whilst you're actually right, or let's say smarter, or slash smart, doesn't matter. Anyway, as I was saying, so you're in this bubble of, you scroll all day, you feel like there's nothing. You're in this bubble of hating what you're doing and feeling like shit, feeling miserable, but it also is the only thing that feels intuitive, which is the right word in this case. It's not the only thing that feels good to do, it's just the inertia, right? It's like as if you're meditating in a state of inertia, which surprisingly enough shapes us everywhere and plays a huge role in all places of our life. Then my head is huge. which plays a role in all fields of our life, realms of our life. Because some people remain at the same job for 40 fucking years. I don't know. I don't care what kind of money they pay you, what kind of job benefits you have. Do the same job activity for 40 years. There must be something wrong with you. I'm sorry. You can demonetize this video. But I will remain strong with what I'm saying, because I believe in this wholeheartedly. Anyway, this is a long one. I'm not sure if it's the beer or just me having fun while talking about this one. But yeah, subscribe, like, share, donate me money, please, please. And yeah, the only person who's gonna be watching this as of now is me. So thank you for making this video. I will definitely watch this a few months from now. Most likely not. Most likely not. But I will see the thumbnail and no, the thumbnail and I will see this video pop up in the feed maybe on my own channel, and I'm just thankful to myself for making this video, because this project is all about posting for 100 days to overcome the fear of posting. So thank you. Thank you, Steve.